Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. I'm going to start out this video by just saying, if watching hauls is going to trigger you to haul makeup and then be stressed, do not watch this video. But I feel like I blacked out in the month of June and I have just a massive haul of products. I have quite a few makeup products to share with you, but I have such a wide range of products. I have some fragrance, I have some body care, I have nail care, I have skincare. I just really went for it in June. So we're doing a haul video. I have ordered from Ulta, Amazon, Sephora, Beautylish, Vieve Cosmetics. There's a lot. I'm really excited about a lot of it. I feel just reinvigorated and just excited to test and try things. I don't know, that's just how I'm feeling. I don't want to give a lot of excuses. I have no excuse. I'm not justifying my purchases, and all I'm saying is if you're going to be triggered by this video in any way, just skip it, and I'm good with that. But if you're interested in seeing all of the beauty products that I hauled throughout the month of June, stay tuned. First, if you have yet to subscribe to my channel and you like hauls, chit-chatting about makeup, palette themed videos, those are the kinds of things we do over on this channel, and I hope you'll consider subscribing before moving on. Also, don't forget to like this video and leave a comment down below, or do anything else that the YouTube algorithm loves for you to do. I would really appreciate it. And without further ado, let's jump into the video. Okay, before we really get going, I feel like I need a little bit more gloss on the lips. I don't even know where to begin. Here we go. I literally don't even know where to begin. I think I'm gonna begin with Sephora because I think this actually might be the smallest one. I picked up 3 items at Sephora this month. I picked up these To The People Super Glow Hydrate and Glow Dream Mask. I had gone through a little mini of this and I said that I was going to purchase this again once I got through some of my other skincare. Then I was looking at a lot of my other skincare and I was like, I really am through the majority that I wanted to get through, and I absolutely love this for an overnight hydrating mask. Love it, was craving it. And so I was like, why am I holding back on buying the one of the few skincare products that I really love and just want to have in my collection? I know for certain I want this skincare product in my collection. So I did go ahead and purchase this. I have used this a couple times already since purchasing, and I just absolutely love this. It gives such a beautiful glow to the skin. Love it for my overnights because it gives such a beautiful overnight glow to the skin. And I'm just so happy to have this. So I did buy that. And then I bought 2 Makeup by Mario products. I ended up buying a darker version of the Self Sculpt Bronze Serum. What do I own? I already owned the shade Fair, and I absolutely love this. I bought this, I believe, last November, and I'm already halfway through it, which is saying a lot because I do have a larger makeup collection. And I love this on days that I'm maybe just doing concealer and eyebrows. It just gives, that felt really weird to say, concealer and eyebrows. It just gives this really beautiful bronzed glow to the skin. But I do get color in the summer. I have been self-tanning, obviously. We can make fun of the self-tan right now. We can do it, it's fine. So this wasn't gonna work for me. So I ended up doing an online pickup, and I picked up light medium, which I thought would be a good shade. This looks so much darker than I thought it was gonna be, but I suppose sheared out it might work. I haven't tried this on the face yet, but I am really excited to just have another one of these. I absolutely love this product, not for targeted bronzing, not on the cheeks or the forehead, but just for an all over bronzy glow. Absolutely love this. And then I don't know why, but I have been thinking about the Makeup by Mario, what is this? The Master Match, just the original Master Match palette. I've been so into just neutrals and plain and simple on the eyes lately, so I did decide to pick this up just because I felt like this would be such a wonderful companion palette. I have kind of been craving more warm tones, and there's a mix of obviously warms and browns, but I thought this would be a great companion palette for when I want to mix and match with, 1 or 2 punchy single shadows, or not necessarily singles, but a single shade out of an indie palette, or perhaps make a custom Z palette with special shades, and this would be a good palette for a grounded matte look. I don't know why I just felt so inclined to purchase this. So indeed, that is what I did. I have not tested this out yet. All right, we can move on to Beautylish next. I have 3 products that I purchased off of the Beautylish website. One of them is the Viseart Midsummer Lumiere palette. I had seen like pictures of this floating around, and there's just something about this palette that was really speaking to me. This is the palette that I have on my eyes today. I have actually completed this officially, no pan left behind. I will say, when I was looking at this online, in my mind, it was gonna be much more, I don't know why, I was thinking this was gonna be a much more warm toned palette. I think I was just like hyper focused on this champagne shade in the center, and in my mind it looked more like golden champagne. But actually the 2 looks that I've created with this eyeshadow palette are clearly more cool toned. And I will say I was slightly disappointed just because in my mind I had an expectation for what I thought this was going to be, and it just wasn't that. However, I do think that these 3 shades, which were the 3 I was most excited for, perform really nicely. The matte, like the performance of the shadows is great Viseart quality. I just, in my mind, I thought this was gonna be something completely different. And then I opened up the palette and I was like, oh, it's definitely more, even like these shadows, which are the ones on my lids today, they just read more like cool toned purple as opposed to just like a neutral brown. And that just wasn't what I was expecting. But I did end up picking this up. I also picked up the YESStyle Freedom Pastel Dream Palette. I was going to buy this and then I didn't, and then I felt like I was going to regret not purchasing this because I do love the YESStyle like Groundworks and Freedom and, oh my gosh, Lightworks palette. And I do own Lightwork, or oh my gosh, what is it? The Lightwork Volume 6 that has like the magnetic component that I can mix and match with this. So I was really excited to pick this up. I haven't used this yet, but I even feel like this is something I could easily wear day to day at work, like these 2 shadows, or even this shadow as a one and done. And I'm just excited to add to my YESStyle collection. And then the final thing I picked up off of the Beautylish website was another set of the Good Molecules pimple patches. I got these in my Beautylish Lucky Bag this year, and I was so impressed by these. I also just feel like I've been breaking out more lately. I don't know if I'm stressed about something, like I really don't know, but I feel like I've been breaking out more, which is extremely frustrating. And what I love about these pimple patches is like once you place it on, unless you're really ripping it off, like it really doesn't move. Like I can put this on before my skincare, go over top with the moisturizer, and it doesn't like slip and slide around my face, which I really like. And these are relatively inexpensive. I want to say they're like $8 or $9 and you get 60 of them, which I think is a great deal. So, and they also are just like clear, like they're basically undetectable on the face. There have been several mornings that I put multiple of these on at night, and then in the morning I like will take 1 or 2 of them off and forget I had put like 3 on, and then I'm finally like doing my makeup and I'm like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot to take this off. So I'm really excited to have these back in my life. This next purchase, I don't really even know how to explain. I don't know how I ended up on the YESStyle website. I think maybe I was just looking for like SPFs or just like perusing around, and then I came across the, oh my gosh, what is the brand? I don't think the brand is Mixsoon. I don't think it is, but maybe it is. Anyway, I came across this cleansing oil, but then I was struggling to purchase it on YESStyle. So I searched on Amazon, and I want to say it was maybe $2 cheaper on Amazon. So I ended up buying this. It looked like it had really good reviews. And I love, 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 love my Peach and Lily Ginger Cleanser. But this, I want to say, retails for $17. And the Peach and Lily is, in my mind, I feel like the Peach and Lily is like $38 or $39. It might be $30 or $32, but it's quite a bit more expensive than this. So I was just curious. And I went in with a lot of hesitation because I feel like with my Peach and Lily, I keep trying new things, and then I'm like, no, the Peach and Lily is just the best. I've used this 3 or 4 times, and I will say right off the bat, I am pretty impressed with this. I think I will always have a special place in my heart for the Peach and Lily cleansing oil. However, I could see myself maybe going back and forth between the 2 so that I'm not having to purchase the Peach and Lily as frequently. I don't know. I haven't used this enough to really form a final opinion on it, but off of first, second, and third impressions, I'm pretty pleased with it. And then I also just like came across the Clio Kill Lash. I don't know if this came up as like a recommended purchase when I was purchasing on Amazon, but I feel like Julia Adams has talked about this mascara and talked very highly about it. I think it was Julia Adams. I could be wrong because it was a bit ago, but it was like one of those things that just like sparked a memory that I remember someone talking about how great this mascara is. And I remember thinking to myself that I wanted to try it. And I am kind of working my way through my last remaining mascaras. So I wanted to give this a try. I haven't opened this one up yet, but it is the Clio Kill Lash Super Proof Mascara. Long curling, it says. So we'll see. Oh, I missed a product that I purchased from Sephora. I think you got 4 times points at Sephora if you purchased a Sephora collection product. So I ended up picking up one of these colorful blushes. This looks very glowy, and I've been into a glowy blush, or just a glowy, I almost had a glowy thing on the skin, which I guess, yeah. Okay, let me take the sticker off and swatch this. I just thought this shade might be really beautiful for this summer. It's in the shade 3 Sunrise. It has been a long, long time since I have purchased anything from the Sephora collection. I will say the swatch doesn't feel like the most like high-end luxe swatch. It felt like just not as smooth as some. Okay, there it is swatched right there. I almost feel like this looks more like a peachy orange highlight than an actual blush or like a blush topper. Like this could be really beautiful on top of like an orange or a coral blush, but I feel like that looks more like a highlight than it does anything. So we'll have to try this out. We'll have to try it out and see how it goes on the skin, but that is looking more like a highlight to me. All right, from Target, I have 2 Target purchases that I just wanted to share. So the first is from Salt Air. It's the Pink Beach Skin Softening Serum Body Wash. I have the Salt Air Pink Beach Body Oil, and I love the scent. It just smells so tropical and like vacation-like. And I was needing another body wash, and so I decided to give this a try. And so far, I've been really happy with it. It is a little bit thicker, but it suds up really well, and it smells just so nice. So I picked that up from Target. And one other thing I did pick up from Target was the Olive and June Dry Drops. And this was definitely an inspired purchase from Cam from Clove Room. They were talking about how they struggle with like press-on nails staying on their nails. And I was like, I have the same issue. And they said that they tried these drying drops and it just worked fabulously for them. So I decided to pick these up, and I have done 1 set of press-on nails using this. So much easier, so much easier. And also this makes your like nail polish, it's like quick dry for your nail polish. You just drop a little bit on and your nail polish dries. It is genius. It is life-changing, and I'm so freaking happy that I bought this. Game changer, absolute game changer. And so then I can talk to you about the nail set that I ended up picking up. It's from Clionadh. It's already like out of the box, like I've already used it once. It is the Prism nail set, and it was this really beautiful kind of pink ethereal prismatic set that kind of has that like blue sort of shiftiness to it. Absolutely love this. It was in a short oval shape. Would definitely buy again, but obviously I just saved mine so I can reuse them. And then I did pick up another Clionadh glue. This is my favorite press-on nail glue. Okay, we can get into my Vieve purchases before we end with everything that I bought at Ulta. So from Vieve, I think I originally went on the Vieve website because I was thinking about repurchasing my Velvet Sands lip liner, and this is the first thing that caught my attention. It's the Dimension face palette. I love a face palette. I know not everybody loves a face palette. I personally just love a face palette, and this is like a new discovery for me within the last year or 2. Prior to that, was not a face palette girly, but this is what this looks like, and I just thought this looked so beautiful and just right up my alley for what I am craving on the cheeks. We have 2 very nude neutral matte blushes. So we have this very light nude, almost like peachy pink, kind of salmon shade. And then we also have this like orangey bronze, but like very light and neutral shade. We have a highlighter, like a golden highlight, and this really beautiful, more bright kind of red, shimmery sort of blush. I actually have not, I literally just took this out of the box for the first time. I haven't swatched this, but I'm curious. I have been like kind of liking a sunburnt cheek again. I feel like that's gonna be something I can really sheer out. It kind of reminds me of the NARS Topless shade out of this palette. Let me show you the two side by side. Yeah, they look quite similar. However, the one in the NARS palette is definitely more metallic, definitely more shimmery and metallic. So this caught my attention. This immediately went into the cart, and then I was thinking about possibly doing like a full face of Vieve, and I was like, no girl, slow down. Like, we don't need to be buying a full face of Vieve Cosmetics. But I was also very intrigued about the Sunset Blush Balm. I got the shade Rosa. I almost bought two shades because I couldn't decide between this and one other shade. This looks so beautiful. Like, the swatches definitely sold me on this. And so this is, and I've been liking cream and liquid products a lot lately, especially most work days. So I decided to go with the more nude of the blushes because I felt like this would be something that I could get a lot of everyday use out of. Looks like I'll really be able to sheer that out, but it does look like it has this really beautiful glossy finish to it. It just looked so pretty and just kind of like right up my alley for every day these days. So I wanted to give this a try, and then I figured if I liked it, I could purchase another shade. I did skip the lip liner, which I eventually think I will go back and buy the lip liner. So potentially at that point, I'll buy another blush shade, assuming that I like that formula. And then I did also decide to pick up the Skin Nova Complexion Balm, which is the foundation. I watched several reviews on this before I ultimately decided to add this to my cart as well. I went with the shade 130, which is definitely going to be way too light. I suck so badly at picking out shades for me. I'm either way too light or way too dark. I can never get it like right on or just kind of close. But this looks like it's going to be a very glowy complexion product, and that is just what I have really been liking lately. So I'm excited to give this a try as well. And then I also picked up the Modern Radiance Concealer. This looked so lovely. I do like a little bit of radiance to my concealer. I don't like anything that looks too flat underneath my eyes. And so it's been a little bit since I picked up a new concealer, maybe about 6 months, maybe that's not that long, but I did decide to pick this up. I picked this one up in the shade Light 3, and actually I'm excited about this because this looks closer to my actual face skin tone than a lot of my other concealers, which seem to be too light. So I'm very excited to bust into this and see if I like it. All right, that brings me to all things Ulta. There's a lot. We can start out by talking about the self tanner that I have on. And I don't want you to go in judging this self tanner because of the way that it applied. Like, this is definitely user error, but there was a bit of a learning curve with this. So this is the Sunny Bay Skin Sea Spray Self Tanner. I went in wanting to purchase, oh my gosh, what's the brand? I can see it. One of the Bali Body, but I wanted to buy the serum and they didn't have the serum anymore. So I went with this because honestly it was the least expensive. Well, I wouldn't say that. It was kind of the mid-range option. And I will say I do really like the tone of self tan. I think some people would think it's very orange, but I like a very warm toned bronze for the summer. But I do think some people would definitely prefer more of an olive tone, whereas I think this one is warmer than an olive. So this is an aerosol can. It's not a mousse, it's not a water, and I just like wasn't thinking when I first started applying this, and it almost applies like an airbrush self tan, and I just like started spraying it and I was like, well, I don't know what I'm doing. And then I was like, well, it's too late now, we'll just see how it goes. I didn't have a mid on, I didn't like rub it in to the skin, and so the first day we were looking real wonky. There's still like, yeah, the arm, like we gotta get this to rub off, and then we're gonna try again with a mitt. But I do really like the, like, personally I really like the tone that it gives. Aside from like user error, I'm very pleased with this. And typically I don't use a face tanner, but I decided for science I was gonna give a face tanner a try, and I picked up the Bayside Hydrating Sea Mist Self Tanner, which is supposed to be for like the face and neck area. And I have been using this. I know I have a full face of foundation on right now, so you can't really tell, but there are some times that I get really self-conscious of my face because it's so pale compared to the rest of my body. So I was like, I'm just gonna give this a try, and I do feel like this is working. It gives a nice kind of gradual tan to the skin. The first day that I used this, I didn't notice any difference, but then I used it the following day as well, and I sprayed a little bit more on, and I noticed more of a tan the next day without it being like so tan on the face. And I've taken a break since. Like, I'm only going to use this every, I'm going to say 4 to 5 days. We'll see. I'm going to keep testing this, but I'm really happy with this so far. And then while I was in there, my daughter wanted another Tree Hut scrub. She wanted the cotton candy, but I couldn't find it. And I thought that this just looked really cute. This is in Flower Milk. I didn't smell it or anything. And when I was checking out up at the desk, the cashier was like, do you like this scent? Because it's like very polarizing. Like, some people really love it, some people don't. And I was like, oh, I don't even know. And I will say, cute, 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 cute logo. I almost feel like this has a bit of a buttered popcorn scent to it. It's definitely not going to be a repurchase for me or a favorite. It's almost like buttered popcorn with, there's got to be caramel in this. There's got to be. I don't know the notes on this. Not that my nose is very good at picking up. Oh, never mind. Butterfly pea flower, licorice root, and shea butter. I don't really get the licorice root. And I have not a clue what butterfly pea flower is. I don't hate it, but I feel like it almost has more of like a fall winter scent to it. I don't think it's gonna be a favorite though, but it's not gonna be something I can't use by any means. So I picked that up. And then the last couple things I picked up in store were just some repurchases for hair products that I was missing. I'm almost through the hair gel that I'm currently using, and I wanted to return back to the IGK Rich Kid Wave Enhancing Air Dry Cream. I absolutely love this for when I French braid my hair and then want to do like the mermaid waves the next day. I do think if you have medium, definitely if you have fine hair, but even possibly like medium thick hair, I think you might find this to be too heavy. I don't know that this is, I definitely don't think this is going to be for everyone. I have extremely thick hair, and so this works really well for me. I've gone through a full bottle of this in the past, possibly 2 actually, and I really enjoy it. I feel like I try to find other things that are less expensive, and then I always return back to this. Same thing goes for the Bumble & Bumble Hairdresser Invisible Oil. I have probably gone through 5 or 6 of these at this point. I had tried something else, and then I was like, I just need to return back to the Bumble & Bumble because I love this so much. Favorite heat protectant that I've ever used. And then I made a large online Ulta order, a large one. Like I said, I was surprised by the 20% off, and then I was like scrolling through the new things. There was a couple things that had been on my radar, and I was just like, I'm just gonna go for it. This was just in the new products, and I don't know why, but I felt like I was going to absolutely love this brush from e.l.f. It's the cream and powder face brush. Let me open this. I don't always love a dual-ended brush, but both ends on this, for whatever reason, just looked like I was really gonna love them. And I will say, I do really like e.l.f. face brushes. They make some of my favorite brushes specifically for cream and liquid products, but we have the cream, like more dense cream side on one end, which I just felt like I was really going to love, and I think I will. And then we have the powder end, which honestly, like, I do have my favorite powder brush, which is from Real Techniques. I feel like this could, I don't know. I don't know. I just felt like I was gonna love this. I haven't tried it at all yet, but I picked that up. I also picked up the Vacation Classic Whip SPF Glow. I had the original Classic, which I brought with me on my daughter and I's spring break trip. She loves this. I loved it. I thought it was so fun, but also a really good SPF. So I decided to purchase another one for the summer. But I wanted to try the glowy version. I haven't even cracked this one open yet. We're just finishing up the other one, and I wanted to finish that one before we opened this one, but I'm very excited to dig into that as well. I bought this for my daughter. She like collects all the Sol de Janeiro scents, and 39 is now available again. She was so excited about it. I will say, it is definitely not my personal favorite scent. The notes on this one, does it say on here? I don't think it does. Oh, yes, it does. Coconut cream, tropical orchid, and toasted praline. I definitely get a lot of the toasted praline. Like, I do smell that nuttiness. Not my favorite, but also my daughter like way oversprayed this the other day on her, and I was like, okay, wait, I kind of do like that. So anyway, this is hers, but I wanted to share because we also share Sol de Janeiro scents. And then another scent that I picked up, I was really excited about this one. I personally love banana scented anything, I also love banana Laffy Taffy, but there is something about a banana scent that just gets me. So I did pick up the Banana Milkshake Hair and Body Mist from Ellis Brooklyn. And I've used this a couple of times so far. I will say when I first sprayed this, it smelled exactly like something I have used before, but I literally couldn't place it. It's like one of those that like makes you cough. I couldn't place it, and oh boy, that is literally in my mouth. I couldn't place it, and then I heard Kelly Gooch talking about this the other day, and she said she didn't get any banana from this. It was like solely vanilla. And I was like, oh, I wonder if what I'm getting from this is the vanilla skin from Fleur, because I thought that one when I sprayed it typically makes me cough, but I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that. And I do think I get more vanilla from this, but I do get a bit of that banana note. I personally, my nose picks up on a little bit of the banana note. I think this is lovely. And actually, I do love having a hair mist. I feel like my hair always smells like burnt hair. You know what I mean? And so I do love to use a hair mist. I have the Rare Beauty one too. And I feel like the Rare Beauty one does a really nice job of just like staying in my hair for several days. So this is the first time I've actually sprayed it like in my hair. We'll see if it stays in the hair. It was time for me to pick up another Olaplex number 4, especially now that it is summer and it is swimming season and I'm in the pool all the time, because as the mother of a 9-year-old, you can't just ever lounge by the pool. Like, you have to get in, you have to be doing flips, you have to be doing handstands, you have to like be holding up the banana, not the banana, you have to be holding up the donut tube, and you have to be like leaping through it as though you're like a dolphin or a mermaid. Like, you have to. So the hair's hitting the chlorine hard in the summer, and I like to have a clarifying shampoo. The Olaplex number 4 is my favorite. I was out, so I needed to purchase another. Okay, Tatcha's available at Ulta now, and I saw this in the new, and it's the Dewy Milk Moisturizer, and I was thinking to myself that I needed a new morning time moisturizer, like a lighter weight moisturizer. I feel like I finally worked my way through all of my lightweight morning moisturizers, and so that was my justification for needing this. I have not tried this one yet, but I am really excited to, because I love the Tatcha Dewy Cream, but the original Tatcha Dewy Cream is definitely more of a heavy, very glowy cream that I prefer more at night and not necessarily under makeup. So I'm curious to see if this one is lighter weight and I feel like I can wear it under makeup. That's what I'm hoping for. More to come on my thoughts on that. And then I have quite a few more e.l.f. products and a couple of lip products. I didn't finish up 5 more lip products this month in order to justify buying more lip products, but I really wanted these. And I think I finished up at least 2 or 3. I think I will still net, like when we do my makeup rehab update, I think my net will still be like a negative number for how many lip product ins and outs we have. Okay, from e.l.f. I did pick up another Power Grip Niacinamide. I recently finished up my e.l.f. Jelly Pop, and I wanted another gripping primer, especially for the summertime. I've used one of these up in the past. I really like it. I think it does a nice job of truly gripping your makeup and making it last all day, so I'm very happy to have that back in my collection. And then there were a couple other new e.l.f. products. So there were new Smoky Kohl eyeliners, and I decided to pick up 2 kind of fun colors. I picked up Limelight, which is a fun lime green. I love a bright neon in the summer. I hope this lasts in the waterline. Like, I hope this really shows up. So I feel like this could be really fun. And then I also picked up Sky High Blue, which is a light blue. We all know I love blue eyeshadow, so I thought a light blue eyeliner would be perfect. So I grabbed those, and then also they have a new mascara out. It is the Incredia Curl Mascara, curling and volumizing, which I don't know, the brush on this looked like something I might really like. As I said, I'm kind of working my way through my mascaras and feel like I don't have a lot of mascara backups anymore. So I thought I would give this a try. And then the final 2 products. I have the NYX Smushy Matte Lip Balm, which I had no idea, like I don't feel like I had seen teasers of these, and then my daughter and I were in Ulta, and these just look so cute. There was a display. My daughter swatched every single one, and I went with the shade, oh my gosh, what did I go with? Sweet Smack. I haven't put this on yet. I'm curious. I don't like love necessarily like a blurred lip. It's not my like #1 go-to, but I don't know, I wanted to test and try something new. And I feel like I've heard good things about this now that I know about it. I can't remember. I saw someone do like a whole swatch video of it, and I was like, okay, I actually like the way that that looks. You literally can't deny how cute this packaging is. Okay, that actually went on really easily. And for like a matte, I know I put it on top of a million other lip products. For a matte lip balm, like, you don't really hear matte and lip balm in the same sentence, but that does feel balmy. Like, it does feel balmy. Obviously, I'm gonna have to try it more and not over other lip products, but what a fun color too. I've been trying to have fun, trying to have a little bit more fun with color on the lips, and I don't know why I've been like feeling a pink lip, but I really like that. I'm gonna add, just for funsies, because I like a very glossy, shiny, shimmery, plump lip, I'm gonna add a little bit of the Buxom Plump Shot in the shade Spellbound. I feel like I add this to every pink lip just because I love the way this layers over pink. Okay, but off of like very first initial impressions, I'm excited about this. And then the final lip product that I picked up was one of the new ones from Milk Makeup. It is the one with electrolytes. The Balm Aid Electrolyte Lip Balm. I popped this on my lips the other day. I went with a purple one. There's so many fun colors. Like, honestly, I love bright colors. And to launch this in the summer where I just like am drawn to anything that has like a bright neonish color, I'm like, it's just gonna sell me. There's like a bright yellow. I want to say there might be a bright orange, but I think this is blackberry possibly. Does it say the scent? No, it doesn't. Oh wait, well, it says juice. I want to say this was like blackberry, and it really does smell like very, like, it almost smells, you know, like when you have the Kool-Aid powder and you're about to mix it up, it smells almost like Kool-Aid powder in like a berry scented Kool-Aid. I don't know, I don't hate it. And I felt like this felt really nourishing on the lips. I think it's cute packaging. Like, this is something that I would like to tote around and like bust out and be like, yeah, look at my neon lip product. But oh, the other thing I was gonna say is it went on very sheer. It didn't have like any sort of like purple tints or anything like that. I just felt like it's a very sheer lip product, but I like the scent. It's more affordable for like some of the other lip products that are releasing, and it felt nourishing and hydrating. I don't necessarily know that it's gonna kick off my Ole Henriksen, but I do feel like I really like this. Could be another good car gloss option, which my car gloss is like my car lip product that hydrates my lips during my commutes. Anyway, you guys, wow, it felt like a long video. That is going to wrap up and conclude this haul. These are all of the beauty and makeup products that I brought into my collection. I would love to know if you purchased anything at all in the month of June. What did you get? Let a girl know in the comments below. Other than that, thank you so much for sticking around to watch today's video and for supporting me and my channel as you guys always do. I love you guys so much, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.